Friends, like this chart here, couple of charts, because like we said, we need a little bit of trends to show our success, because after all is said and done, far more is said than done, but some of the data here can reflect some things of what we've done. The red or the maroon one up there talks of the sales in crores. Like I said, we don't do production but do sales, because that is the best denominator to measure. And at the bottom is the water consumption in tons scale. This is the way it's been flat. So across increasing sales, we've been able to hold on to ensure that the water consumption is relatively flat. So this is how the zero liquid discharge does help to ensure that we are able to manage the water resources, which is again depleting. Looking at total dissolved solids, again this is something that would normally be difficult to control, but we are able to ensure that the processes that we have generate less of these. So it's not end of pipe solution, looking at how we could ensure that the tonnage that goes down across the same trend of sales, as you can see. And here again the chemical oxygen demand also going down through the various ways of means of processing. Again, two charts which I'll not try to get into details, but this is the trends are reflective of the fact that we are still improving in spite of the growing production volumes. Friends, this is the other leg of what Dr. Reddy is being focused on, and while we talk of the social dimension, creating sustainable livelihoods is something that we try and focus on totally. And this comes through from a story, again another video which I will not take the risk of doing, let it be. It's about Dr. Anji Reddy, when he, as the way he talked about, we celebrated 25 years. One of the stories he said was when he was a child, his father used to go to the fields and get across the river Krishna, which is again a bone of contention now, a little bit of herbs, and we talked of some herbs today in the campus also, the herbs that could have Ayurvedic effect. And his father also never took money for that. His mother used to make it a nice paste and powder, and they used to give it to people, needy people, and he never used to take money for it. Again, it's like they say, it's about knowledge that cannot be sold. Knowledge cannot be bought, knowledge cannot be sold. Knowledge is something that is to be shared, and that's the way it gets cultivated. The same philosophy is something Dr. Reddy is always imbued in the way we do our focused efforts towards pricing the drugs, pricing the pharmaceutical products. But one of the other things that Dr. Reddy said is, I think one of the years ago when he was asked to write an article on India, and I think the book he released yesterday, I think is something that I would definitely love to buy, about poverty. Again, it's something that is endemic to our country, and there has been, like you're saying, India, there are some parts, some sections of India which is poorer than the poorest in sub-Saharan part of Africa. It's like it can't get worse than that. And again, like we say, the Pareto principle always holds. We have a lot of people who are BPL, below the poverty line is one, but they don't even have the basics, food or even water, as they say. So again, ensuring that the basics are done right through various initiatives we will try to ensure. And we got a foundation called Dr. Reddy's Foundation, established again around the 49th-50th year of independence, which is a pioneering institution that creates livelihoods and education. Again, it's something that's changed a lot of lives. It addresses in a twofold manner. It addresses the need of youths. The youths are people who are in the range of 18 to 25, 35, who are constrained and low income levels, who would not have adequate skills. So what Dr. Reddy's Foundation does is try to give them the kind of expertise, trains them to take up various jobs. It could be being somebody who is employed in a KFC or a McDonald's retail outlet or in a Shell retail outlet. The kind of ways that people look at getting employed in a computer firm, and there are people who actually set up BPOs after having undergone this kind of a setup. So this is the kind of focus that looks at ensuring that it gives them a chance to learn the options to get into livelihood and soft skills in an environment that has got a lot of interactions, a lot of mentoring and coaching, which extends even after they do get the jobs. To ensure there are no dropouts, they are tracked, and even years after they get into jobs, they're focused, and there's a kind of, they still handhold them as a kind of good fatherly kind of approach. So that's the kind of thing that is done by Dr. Reddy's in what's called labs initiatives. There's a clock out here, and again, it's not just, we see that our plants are largely around Andhra Pradesh again, largely around that. There's a plant in Himachal Pradesh and a plant in Pondicherry, but again, that's still at Vizag, that's still part of South India and the east. But you can see the spread of all the initiatives. You can see that it's across, and you can see the range, it's across the country. And it's 170 labs across the country. It's got a structured approach, livelihood mapping to placement, to post-placement and advancement. And very good organizations have said that we are as good as the best of best. So that's the kind of quality of output that this provides. The clock that's ticking shows the number that is as on the last month end, 31st July. So that's the kind of clock that's again online. The number of livelihoods and lives that we have enabled. We have initiatives, and today Joshi was talking about water, an initiative called Nandi, which looks at providing potable water to children across various parts of the state where people do not get water. I've got an initiative called Sparsh, which talks of providing cancer cure and treatment to people who cannot afford that. We got like the power of 10 programs that employees contribute and the organization contributes the equal quantity. We're looking at initiatives by which we can enable people to, migrant labor comes in, to ensure that the contractors and the children get education, to create options for that. That's all the efforts that we made to do. And something that we say in the last survey we had, employees are very proud to be able to be part of that. Shareholders, stakeholders and employees feel great attachment to the company. So the employee retention out here is something that we are very happy about. Not that people don't leave, but we got a lot of people who go and come back because they find that there's no kind of home like Dr. Reddy's. That's something else you could say for the kind of place that Dr. Reddy's is. Some of the accolades we got, of course, great place to work and all that, but we got the labs initiatives, got the Economics Times Corporate Citizens of the Year Award for Dr. Reddy. And as they said, well, in accepting speech, labs and innovation, much on the same lines as drug discovery. Again, it's again living a purpose. You can see the connect here again. Similar to drug discovery, it's due to the core business philosophy of delivering medicines at affordable prices for people to lead healthier lives. So all through the thread, the common thread across all that we do is again emanating from a purpose, be it in social initiatives, be it on the economic front, or be it on the environmental front. That's the standard thread you can look at. Friends, if you got any questions, don't have to wait till the end. If you think there's something I need to stop on, go slow on, or go back to, please do say that. And like I said, anybody who stops me or asks a question, what does he do? What does he get? A job at Dr. Reddy's. Yeah, great. And it's a promise that I'm sure that I'll follow through. Yeah. I said I'll give you a case study also in terms of what is called a biosimilar. A biosimilar is something that is similar to what is a proprietary product, which is, and you can see here, it's an innovative product as you can call it. And I believe a lot of the marketing students here are qualified in pharmacy. Anybody out here who is qualified into pharma? A lot of them. Oh, the entire left side of the audience, that's backwards, all of that. You should be sitting right here. The front rows are waiting for you. Yeah? In fact, I guess that's the reason why most of the questions are great. So again, looking at biosimilars, the way this is pegged is one of the earlier biosimilar called graphene. It's a cancer treatment drug. You can see from the chart here where it has been pegged. So where it was pegged out there, Dr. Reddy's price, and you can look at the first table out there, is right there. It's almost more than halfway down the price here. What happens in terms of pricing, and this is something that Dr. Reddy learned from his father and also felt with a lot of the discoveries and the research in America, you can't have a US dollar price for a drug or a pharmaceutical or a product sold in India. It would not be able to reach the market, it would not be able to reach the common man, it would not be able to get access of medicine to the persons who wanted it most. So if you don't create an affordable product, what is it that you can do? You can't do much. So what he did was, we placed the prices and pegged the prices half or less than that of the competitive market. We got what we always said, we got the market, we captured the market, and the prices also dipped down. So this is the way that a lot of business strategy does work. So in a way, again, it's economic strategy also linking well with our business philosophy. And also the social philosophy also is in sync with the purpose. So the basic message of this slide is, the price dropped 50%, the volume increased tenfold, and that is the big challenge out here, to ensure that when you ensure that the drugs are affordable and accessible, your profitability automatically gets taken care of. So you can see out here in all the charts, and the visibility is very poor, the way our market share has grown is tremendous. And that's the basic message out here, that affordability and accessibility is something that we have tried to live through our pricing, and our positioning of our products always has been in a way. And again, if somebody ever said that if you are able to price it so below the market, what of the quality? But then we always said that the same drugs that we have exported to the US, to Russia and UK, and if we were able to meet the US FDA and requirements there, obviously that speaks well for the quality. So this is the way it's actually happened, and this is the same situation that happens across, the same thread across all that we do in Dr. Reddy's. Any questions as we look at how we report and how the journey progresses? Most happy to have the questions, because again it's something that it's best you shoot off as and when you do that. Yeah. Yeah. Are there? There are generic drugs also. There are both of them. Like we said, Dr. Reddy's is in all three, in the entire range of that. So, like various companies, I'll not quote them, Piramal is in one specific API. It's in various segments. We've also realized that we need to have the scope. Sometimes some of the acquisitions are not so economic, but in the larger scale of things, it serves a purpose. And again, looking at the affordability purpose, we're there in that. So, yes, we look at generics, we look at global generics as the function of the business that looks at that, and looking at the APIs and the proprietary products also. Any other questions? I believe today's audience is still not picking up. I guess there's a lot of tension in Pune. Today when I came in, I was escorted by a lot of the team from IndSearch, and they took great care of me. They were so close to me that I got worried. I said, "Is all okay?" And then I read in the papers that somebody from the Yerawada jail, one of these murder accused, has escaped. And I guess I was happy to hear that. In fact, I hope people can boast of a lot of things. Faculty also is proud to say that some of the faculty also has escaped from Yerawada jail, but I have done it for good causes. There is one thing that I heard about Pune, and there's something that is coming from Yerawada jail. It talks of sustainability. 10-12 kilometers, my God, no wonder. So there is this, he used hacksaw blades and chains to escape, and that's how he scaled that wall. A long time back there was the ultimate villain, a guy called Khalnaik. What is this Khalnaik? He's the actor and the son of a great politician, yeah, Sanjay Dutt. He also was, I think, spending some time out here cooling his heels. And when he came here, I think he had a wife, I mean the last wife I would say, the sequence of wives, in the chains of wives, who had a very strong crush on him. And she said, and again, the last person who escaped from Yerawada jail was in